Got us in, cop. I can't believe you got us in.
With wonder in his sharp eyes.
Between you and me, I don't know if you've noticed this about me. I'm a little suspicious of authority. But you really came through for the hardcore.
Yes, you really came through for the hardcore underground. How come?
Andre is busy cutting some slightly less lame, but still quite ungainly shapes on the church floor. Estelle using her contact mic to listen to a tree underwater. The one with the large head is blasting the dance track on repeat, while the stained glass window behind him is rattling from the bass. Sire, the tent. 'Twas a security risk. And in here, sanctuary. 'Twas only noble of you.
Okay.
Trying to get in line with the big bad, are ya? Those are some serious frequencies you want to mess with.
Come on, Noid. I think we owe him.
Estelle's right. He's one of us now. Yeah, alright. But if you're going to sync up with them, you're gonna need a serious wave generator of your own. You understand what I'm saying? Not likely. Scoped that spot a while back. It's short-wave stuff, mostly commercial. Plus, it's all rusted out.
Build it ourselves! We built this nightclub, we can build anything!
Yeah, maybe. Tech-wise, radio's not the spookiest thing around. Our part's finding an antenna big enough to align with those megalo frequencies.
An antenna hardcore enough to shake the whole world!
Maybe not that big, but pretty big.
Close your eyes. Unfold your mental map of Martinez. It's morning. You're standing on the plaza before the whirling in rags. The wind pushes a piece of tear across the cracked tiles. From the north comes the malicious laughter of two children. Your eye follows the tiles west. You see a bench and a few twisted, pitiful trees. Then, just water. From behind you, a low, spectral voice whispers, "Nay." Beyond the unkempt backyard, rises a monstrous assemblage of concrete, plaster, and corrugated sheet metal. The voice again, more urgent now. Nay. Just a moment. That voice isn't human, and it's not saying nay. It's saying nay. You turn around. The morning sun is blinding. You bring your hand to your brow, and a great shadow materializes before you. A towering beast, frozen in mid-air.
Centaur Man is made of metal. With the right gear, we could make it work.
Yeah! Connect the centaur to the lorries! Unite the whole roundabout in hardcore waves!
Huh? Sounds like Egg saying you could use some of the spare cables to rig up the stalled motor lorries and increase the wavelength. Which would pretty much make the old roundabout one giant antenna.
One roundabout! One wavelength! Hardcore!
Probably the biggest antenna in all of Revershire West.
We have the amps! We have the cables! We're almost ready! Yeah!
It's right. All we're missing now is the transceiver itself. Soon as you find one, we'll be all set. I don't know. Buy one? Steal one? I don't know your cop ways.
And before you ask, no, you can't have the radio from my kinema.
Can't do it. We just got this place set up. Can't go risking Egg's most important equipment. Yeah, probably. Thing is, you'd have to be an engineer to get it out. I'd stick with regular radios if I were you. Some equipment from Harbour could work. Worth the legwork at least. Maybe, if you want to pay money like some kind of money lord, yeah, pawn shop could have one.
I highly doubt that. When I crank the volume on my Dino Wave, it's like you're in a luxury box at the National Concert Hall.
A cop-on-cop challenge. Not bad. While you're gone, me and Egg will get the rest of the gear together. Meet us back here when you got it. It's a miracle of carpentry. Dead bodies carved into total shapes. Now it could be something more. I don't. Fucker giving me the evil eye. You defend her, law minion. She was a mass...
Mellow, man, mellow! No one's a mass murderer. This is a house of love. Mass murder on the floor!
The world spirit does not have a body. It has organs. Hardcore is an organ of the world spirit. This Arno van Eyck track is an organ. The carpentry and glass cutting that built this house are also organs. She's a thief, if you ask me. An organ thief. All innocences are. Humanism leads to eating sugar and pigs. Humanism was invented to mass produce billions of humans. Billions of humans can mass produce hundreds of billions of pigs.
And many, many more tons of sugar.
She liked games. Her legacy, the thing we live in, isn't real life. It's a strategy for some kind of victory against a long-dead opponent. But, yo, I'm only annoyed. What do I know? I like this question, cop man. She did not live the life of a human. She lived like someone who's playing a game. The life of an operator. That's not the life that humans live. She was adored. Humans aren't. I don't know about you, but they hate me. And they do not think I'm innocent or some shit like that. Well, they loved her. They put all their love in her and forgot all about the rest of us.
What a strange choice of words. Caustic. Overflowing with... That can't be healthy. What's happening here? Why do you keep coming back to this window? Why do you keep saying that if it isn't making you feel well? Don't come back to this anymore. Stop talking about that damn window.
Dead bodies are perennial plants. Sigma functions have left this place. It's a good thing we came along. The spiritual collapse has been total. I saw some piglets suckling their dead mother. Have you heard this one, cop man? After a short while, they shuddered and went away. They had sensed that she could no longer see them, and that she wasn't like them anymore. What they loved in their mother weren't her body, but whatever it was that made her body live. End of quote. This is an high-quality carcass. The power of anodic beats and hard bass is needed to reanimate it. It never was. A 3,000-year-old regime of history, built by hundreds of generations of self-appointed intellectuals. It's false to the core.
The way he says it, the force in false core, is invested with 20 kilotons of disgust.
I only said unity. One word. Figures of authority always misquote you. Andre doesn't care about the Ecclesiastes. He just wants the operation to run smoothly. And Egg is a demi-beast. You shouldn't listen to what people say. You should listen to what they are. Anodic dance music. Regular dance music wasn't hard enough. And yes, I do.
You know what this kind of stuff goes well with.
Sure. Suspicious people are esoteric people. We don't go around spilling everything to Johnny Law. They don't call me Noid for nothing. It took us setting out for this whole enterprise to get our signs synced. It's short for paranoid. It'd be easier to list stuff I'm not suspicious of. I'm not suspicious of sound and colour. Mechanics and chemistry also have a trueness about them.
This is a good, dangerous line of questioning. You should prod him on.
I don't have a top 10 list of things I'm most suspicious of, but if I had one, the left-right complex would be number 1. Number 2 would be their sole accomplishment, the pig-wheat paradigm.
His eyes flicker.
They're hardcore. They're just clothes. It's just a style.
Hey there. I've been recording some new audio from all these beams and rafters. The sounds travelling through the wood are pretty cool. Creaks and stuff. And no, it's got nothing to do with contact mic. No. I actually wanted to thank you for getting me and my friends in here. And we even found some new associates, such as they are. Good, I think. Noid is getting a read on the place. I think he finds the carpentry very impressive. Andre's been setting up the compressor and dancing. Egghead's Sauna, the programmer. She's doing whatever she does behind that radio computer of hers. She doesn't talk to us much, and the crabman hasn't shown himself, thank God. Welcome back. Sure. You helped us out. I can repay. What do you mean? Oh, that. Anodic music doesn't really do vocals in the...
Pachu, swish. Your credentials as the resident future man of Revachol are being questioned. Show her your hip with the tongue.
Yes, forever. Anyway, even if you don't have vocals, you still need someone... He basically just...
I understand. People are usually afraid to do things if others aren't already doing them. Then... Anyway.
Who do you want to know about? Sure.
Yes?
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you. He's a quiet man. Mostly communicates through music and by being a master of ceremonies. Well, he's just kind of here. I don't really know how to communicate with him. Yeah, sometimes. When I, stumble and find my way into his center, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega.
The man smiles, mysterious. I get it. He's a puzzle.
Goodbye.
Yes, what is it? I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't... I'm working.
The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing.
Could you just... shh... for a moment? Great. The swallow, you mean? What about it? Great. Thanks.
We're close. True, hard, full, car. Hardcore. Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent. All car. All right. Yeah.
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of
Hardcore. Ah. The question is, what is the question? But there was a question? Hard, internally coherent. All car, all right, yeah!
He furrows his brow.
Hardcore! Ah! Is it though? But is it? I mean, really? No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
The skin on your back is crawling. For a second, you can't even hear the music anymore. There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gislain, right next to the canal. Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
To the mega! Yeah! I can route it through auxiliary! What kind of a cable does she use? 3.5 or 4.5? Oh, she uses 3.5. Yeah. The auxiliary lining is 4.5 millimeter. These two don't mix.
Oh no, we're going to be in this church forever.
Don't worry, I have an adapter for it right here. Hang on, this is a 4.5. We're all good, people!
Whoa, thank God. Adapters noticeably degrade the sound quality.
Great! Someone got through to him! Okay, let's get it all set up. Can we turn...
Everybody! Everybody! Don't panic! I'm going to turn off the Arno for just a sec. For a special scheduled event. The Arno will be back, but we're doing something else for one moment. Alright, go tell her that Egghead is ready to rave to her tunes. And then I'll turn off the music. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore. Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last month. Isn't something holding it back from being hyper? It's like it's only ultra.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
If anything, it sounds a bit proto. Like it's not fully formed yet. You might be a moribund alcoholic and a failed cop, but you are pretty certain a thing cannot be both proto and hardcore.
This is a serious matter. Stop
Psst. You can hear the would-be leader whisper to his friend. Don't let him know he doesn't understand the fish thing.
Wow! Culture cop!
For a moment, You almost think he's going to put his hand down.
I think you might be right. But how could it become hardcore then? I know it in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hardcore, how could anything be? Yeah! All right!
Yes, what is it? Okay, but think you can ask him to turn the volume down a bit? Just in case.
Maximum! Maximum is the only way!
I know it is, but could you please turn it down just this instance? Just this one time? Maximum is not the only way, okay?
Pump it to the brick! Pump it to the hard master! There's no other way! Glue style!
Glue style? Okay, there literally is no other way. The mixing desk is glued to maximum.
See? He pumps it to the hard master. It's hopeless. Of course it is.
Yeah! Permanent enlightenment!
Never mind then. Let's get on with our project. I'm going to unmute the speakers on a count of 5. Everyone ready?
Egghead pumps his hand up in the air, waiting for the beat to drop.
Born ready. Ready.
I'm ready if you two are detectives.
The lieutenant nods stoically. Suddenly, your palms are sweaty. The church seems cold and large, somehow. There's tightness in your chest. Anxiety.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mute disengaged.
No wind outside, no waves, no floorboards creaking. Total, continuous silence. The woman looks around. In the silence, you see dust move on the floorboards. The driver of the speaker vibrates in the air and then stops. Plop. In the silence, a low hum starts creeping up your spine. It's a song inside you, not in the speakers, not in the room. A great bass sigh in the basement of your mind. Slowly, it builds until the air around you starts to vibrate. It's out there now, in the world. It will devour everything. The floorboards, the glass, the streets and the people. Nothing will remain.
Guys, what's going on?
This fragile world is about to break.
It's getting louder.
In the basins, the water looks like it's boiling.
Hosiana! Mother of Mega!
In his mind, a tidal wave approaching from afar, swallowing entire coastlines on its way. He's peaking, the worst high he's ever been on.
The beauty and the beat! The future of dance! Planetary!
No, Egg! It's the window!
In the corner of your eye, the lieutenant steps aside, cautiously. his eyes searching for a possible evacuation route.
The window is going to come down. No, the roof!
Cracks appear on the stained glass window. Cracks run up the wooden pillars in the dark.
Come down to earth! Love!
Below it, all the base grows, like the jaws of a giant compressor gnawing on metal and wood. It does not sound benevolent at all. It's shaking the building's foundation. The floor twists.
That's it. I'm muting it.
Beautiful car! Beautiful life!
Shit! It doesn't stop. A seal? Have you?
Yes, I've turned it off. Andre, pull the compressor. The place is gonna come down.
Fuck! I can't shut it up. The signal's passed. It's not in here. It's...
In the mixing desk now, building into a positive feedback loop. This is it. A great roar. The vault of the roof twists above you. Glass shatters somewhere near the door. It's coming down.
Egg.
I pulled the plug. It was getting too hardcore. You did good, Egg. Most of the place seems to be intact. Fucking hell. Programmer lady, tell me you were recording that.
4 years. 22 people. Millions of reals. All that time? This is what we were up against. Just erased it. Suliswolf isn't gonna believe this.
Yeah, but did you record it though? It was dope. I think we can use it.
Yes, Andre. I recorded it. Damn, I need to send some letters now. Thank you all for doing this. Eggman, you too. And you, officer. I don't know what we've discovered, but I know what it sounds like now. That's a start. It was mathematical information from the anomaly, presented as a waveform. That's what it was technically. Theoretically, I have no idea. I've never even heard of anything like this.
A voice seems muffled in the silent church. It's your ears adjusting after the exposure.
Yes, our lead designer. And maybe some of the producers too. And some of the writers. If they're sober enough to open a transmission. They need to hear.
That it wasn't her fault. Or theirs.
They need to hear about this. Don't worry, I won't send the recording. Although I doubt they have the speakers to boost the frequency anyway. Stay here. I'm going to stay here with these lunatics. Send letters, maybe meet Suliswolf. Also devise further measurements.
I want you to know that's totally chill with us.
I don't care, but thank you anyway. Now, I have a theory to come up with. Some kind of preliminary explanation to all this. Or the letter will sound like I've lost my...
Yes, and we have to get back to stabilizing Martinez. Instead of demolishing it with loud bass noise of unknown origins.
Some tiny hard thing lets go. You have an explanation for all this. Somewhere deep in you. You just don't have the pieces yet. You don't know enough about the world. But that Joyce, if you knew all she knows, could put it together.
Welcome back.
Keep coming back. That's good.
If he really wants to save the economy, he'd let you pay with net worth. Go over and ask him if you can. You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester. The box smells like cat piss or like a...
Economical, but also trendy. Look firsthand. Buy second hand. Keep the economy moving.
Something cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Surf, it says, but also wind. This jacket is the apex of human evolution. The moment at which man became weatherproof. Practical, and yet it may deaden your senses to the world around you. Possibly because of the awful typeface.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you, sir. Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Very cool. The economy...
The speakers below are banged up and worth... You should go over and ask him about paying for those sneakers with your net worth.
No way, officer! These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk. That's right, officer. You're a high... Everything's still cool here, officer. The shine on these sunglasses.
Stylish shades, huh? They'd be even more stylish if you paid for them with net.
Oh, look. It's the cop who turned me into a bad person.
Does Kuno care?
What's going on? Is an ungovernable youth on your crime scene, throwing around incendiary...
Trying to fuck at the Kuno! Trying to fuck at me!
Kuno gonna fuck you!
Normal is not what we got here. You've got to work with what you have for now.
Yeah? Yeah, whatever.
Whoa. In your hand, Pyrrolidon, the double rainbow of synthetic hallucinogens. Rare and gritty. What a funny little cat. Don't let the scary medical warnings throw you off. It's an inadequate antidote to radiation poisoning, but a potent antidote to boredom. The container is warm to the touch. Or is that just the anticipation? You screw the lid open and look. A little slit on the side lets you just slurp it up. Like a... What is he? Your mother? Is Kim your au pair? Slurp it. Slurp the morsel of thing. You suck a minuscule drop of extremely chemical smelling liquid into your mouth. There, it seeps into your tongue. When it tastes like many things, all melted into one conflagration in the back of your throat. As you look around, the world slowly exists. Not really. It's just this warmth. It makes you want to share your discovery with Kim. Already you can tell you're going to be slurping a lot more Pyrrolidon. This stuff is going to give you insight into that little...
In the bottom right corner of the screen, there's a Pyrrolidon button. It gives +1 to Psyche's...
Does Kuno care?
Oh, look. It's the cop who turned me into a bad person.
Thank you for doing that, dear.
Her smile is weary. Her earlier ebullience has...
Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay at Gary's to get some rest. I'm afraid the cold has really gotten to him. I'm sorry, dear. You've had to drudge through them so many times.
Her voice is shaky. What is going on here?
Morel will eventually, or we'll talk Gary into going back out, perhaps.
The lieutenant stares at his shoe, caked in mud. He doesn't say anything.
That really is too much, sweetie. Thank you for your dedication.
Very strange. Why is she not letting you do this? It's like she's given up.
Different? How?
Answering a question with a question, for example. Defensive isn't her usual style.
I'm not. It's not that. It's a strange feeling. I haven't really told this to anyone, but do you ever wonder if some lovely story from your childhood is just that? A story? Or a dream? Seeing the Insulindian phasmid was just a story I used to tell people. I didn't really think about whether it was real or not. Morel's so proud of it. He always tells everyone.
A terrible sting in the heart. Regret.
No, at least I don't think I did, but Morel was so eager to believe my story was evidence of the phasmid's existence that I'm some queen of the cryptozoologists. That. And for years his belief made me...
That I am a queen? An extraordinary witness to grace.
But now, we're both getting old and he's still working himself sick out in those reeds looking for it. But what if I was just wrong?
The lieutenant opens his notebook, but doesn't write anything. But it has, hasn't it? A seed can only bear what's inside. The seed of love is black and oily. It has a taste you're quite familiar with.
You might be right, Detective. I was a paraplegic before we met. He didn't know before I came in on our first date. If I weren't the queen of the cryptozoologists, if I didn't tell him that story...
She has to swallow to relax her throat. is keeping her from talking?
I've wasted enough of your time with this drama. I really must stop talking about it, lest I... What you have to know is, the Insulindian phasmid probably does not exist.
Are there? Some of the other things are pretty bad.
Of course not. I didn't mean to say my situation discredits the field. There have been some confirmed discoveries, and...
Rising. Unfolding from the reeds on a hot summer's day.
Either way, I should go. Poor Morel is running a fever, and I need to get him home to Jamrock before we overstay our welcome with Gary.
Really?
Oh, sweetie. Please don't get stuck on a dream. Take it from me and Morel. Okay, it's 1113 Tabernacle Road.
A sigh. She doesn't think you'll need it.
Oh no, thank you, but I can get there on my own. This old thing is gas-powered. And then a taxi home. You too, sweetie. Thank you for everything, truly. Even though it turned out to be a
waste of time. A dream. A lie. A fool's hope. Say her lips moving inside. Like that, she drives off. The gas engine enters quietly as she gets to the doors, then pushes them open. Outside the cold coast.
We should go to...
Somewhere out there, a kilometer to the southeast, a gust of wind shakes the felled building, rattling dusty windows, beckoning with strange coldness. To our...
Oh, look. It's the cop who turned me into a...
It's not Kuno. It's Kuno S.
Fuck you whispering about?
He's whispering too. He's going with it. But watch what happens.
Fuck you whispering about!
She puts extra stress onto that word, expecting it will make you uncomfortable.
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's whisper, pig.
This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad in this.
It's okay. The pig's trying to pit us against each other. Not gonna let him do that.
Idiot. You bungled it up. That's it. You let him off the line. That was a bad, manipulative thing to say.
Try to fuck my Kuno! Try to fuck my Kuno away! Me and Kuno are tight!
A chill comes over you, the wind from the boulevard south, lashing you. You were too pushy last time. Just look. While Kuno has no problem being near you, she always hides behind them. She came up with that psychopathic scheme of screaming for help before. Kuno just wanted to talk to you about his name. Also, Kuno hasn't stopped talking to you, even enjoys it from time to time. When you talk to the other one, it's like talking to a corner. All in all, Kuno respects madness. Kuno S is by far the worst of the two. Kuno has no problem being near you, while the other hides behind the fence, afraid for her life. She came up with that psychopathic scheme of screaming for help before. Kuno just wanted to talk to you about his... Also, Kuno hasn't stopped talking to you, even enjoys it from time to time. When you talk to the other one, it's like talking to a corn. All in all, Kuno respects madness. You cannot hope to outdo her on that front. You must win yourself a few minutes with him alone.
Fuck you whispering about?
He's whispering too. He's going with it. But
fuck you!
She puts extra stress onto that word.
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's...
This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad in this.
Crazy? You don't know the half of it. She's not crazy. She's insane. Dangerous. She smoked a man.
Stop talking to him! Kuno, I'm fucking warning...
She understands what you're trying.
Yo, see? Did Kuno not tell ya? Kuno told ya. Kuno talks to whoever he wants. Talk, pig. Kuno's got it under control.
You did it. They're separated. He's even turned his back to her, so she can't read his lips.
How's Kuno dealing? Kuno's dealing just fine. He doesn't need you. Kuno's got this shit under control. Listen, listen. C is Kuno's go-to. Kuno's protecting her. You fuck with C, you fuck with Kuno. You threaten her, you threaten to take her away.
This is what it all comes down to.
I'm going to kill you. I'll run when you put the cuffs on her, sneak up on you later, and fuck you up.
He may not be able to do it, but he will try. Right now, he believes he will.
Alright, now we can do business. Yeah? What do you want?
Don't hook him up with shit, Kuno.
See? Relax. He respects the Kuno. Kuno made him respect the Kuno. Kuno's gonna get you hooked on illegal narcotics if you run a little errand for the Kuno. Get you hooked, pig. Get his hook in you. Then Kuno gonna get you... See? It's tension and release with Kuno. Now we releasing. The pan buying shit?
That's on now too. 90% discount for Kuno's pig. Kuno can flex. Kuno flexes for hobos. Kuno sees you're in need. Kuno get... Problem is, Kuno and his dad had a little falling out. Now Junkie's Dirty Popo Man is you. Okay, Kuno's listening. Sure.
So half of a half is a quarter, right? We're probably talking about a quarter gram.
Just get in the apartment building. Kuno knows you already fucked your way in. Kuno knows everything. Go to room 12, first floor, and kick down the door. Police violence style. Kuno style. And then it's action time. You're locked in the room. That's it. Next time Kuno sees you, you better have his shit.
What the hell are you signing us up for here? Okay then.
Both cables are unplugged. A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in. A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it. It's dark and the echo is so...
What are you doing? Wait, really? You should investigate, see if someone's...
The bear's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside the fridge.
Yes?
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Nothing happens.
It's you again. Are you looking for a die?
You feel nothing. If anything, it's uncomfortably warm. She has begun to idly clean one of her cards. Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here. Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn it. That's a good question. Reality is ruthless. The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master. Conjuring up an inhuman amount of strength, you raise the barbell up in a warm wave of accomplishment washes over your head as you drop the barbell to the floor. For a moment, it feels like you're strong enough to succeed at anything you ever set your mind. Hey, but you're still in a ghost house. What if someone heard this? What if they know you're here?
Good technique. You're right. The weights may fall off. No one does until they...
shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to the doorframe with a safety chain. An unpaid energy bill is attached, threatening to cut off your heartbeat quickens, palms go sweaty. The siren of amphetamine is singing you her song.
And the place comes with 3 months' worth of utility bills.
A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to no response. The apartment numbers have fallen off the door, leaving the panel with a sticky 1 shaped shadow. Nothing happens. It must be an ambush. Let's get... You'll need to equip the chain cutters to enter. Snip right through the metal. A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to the snip. But don't let the quiet fool you. The beast...
I know there's no stopping you, but let's at least make this quick.
A phone book lies open on the table, covering a stack of utility bills. Right next to it, in plain sight, sits a small... You pocket the bottle as if it were the most... Don't wait. Celebrate. Blast that shit right here. Blast it before you face the beast. Deruita. Bundle of clothes heaped on the bed. A stained parka, some towel. In the dark, it looks like a nest. Something underneath. It doesn't give a shit that you're a cop. Stop your hand now. It's not too late. No one's going to blame you for backing out. You don't have to do this. Just get out.
Kuno care? Alright, so you got Kuno's kilo. Here is how we do it. First, give Kuno Kuno's kilo, then Kuno gives you half back. That's how we split it. It's the best way, street way. Alright. Kuno knew you'd try that sneaky pig shit on him.
Tell him!
Kuno's got brains. This shit doesn't surprise Kuno. So Kuno's gonna give you one more chance.
Major!
Kuno won't take this shit lightly. The pieces are moving
It's hard to see how not giving a boy a bag of amphetamine would cause some catastrophic cascade. Hard to see, but easy to feel. It's not hard to see at all. You hand out drugs to kids. The lieutenant's faith in your judgment will diminish significantly. None that you can see.
Tick, 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 tick. Decision time. What's it gonna be? You gonna fuck the Kuno? Alright. You fucked the Kuno. Everybody.
I told you he can't be trusted! I told you.
Relax, see? We got plenty of... This is about you and Kuno. You mismanaged this shit. Now...
There is genuine disappointment below the act, son. In truth, Kuno doesn't really believe there's anything you can do to make up for this. The damage is irreparable.
Yeah? How the fuck are you still alive, pig? What? Fuck right. Kuno's dad was sleeping like a bum. Kuno told ya. Kuno's... You...
Kuno window?
What are you trying to do?
A small lump forming.
Keep your ass together, Kuno!
Kuno's not fucking trying to be... Kuno...
There's a touch of grief.
Fuck you talking, sad? Kuno's got hard shit, death shit, nothing shit. Fucking trying to talk about Kuno's dad, then can't handle it. That didn't change shit, pig. That only made things worse. Fucking...
It doesn't work, Kuno. Only out.
She must repeat it. Use every chance to confirm that version of reality.
Kuno does...
is next to the harbor.
A common office radio, like any of those found in countless waiting rooms, lounges, and other semi-public spaces.
There's usually a little switch somewhere. Ah yes, it's the one that says release.
The lock disengages with a nice click. You may now safely remove the transceiver. There's nothing obviously remarkable. If this transceiver were a person, it would be an accountant at a...
Very good.
The transceiver appears glad to be with its transceiver. A lorry abandoned by... The smell of cigarettes is perfect. There's something odd about the passenger seat. The seating fabric has been pulled tight over the lower side of the seat where the toolbox should be. It takes a few moments, but eventually the transceiver slides.
The lady driver used this same radio to evade coalition authorities, and now you are using it.
Where the transceiver used to be, there's just a The movie stars are still... Voila! A stack of neatly folded papers has been stashed behind the seating fabric. You see 3 maps.
Bonne prise.
This large map displays the elevated motorway called 881. The intake toll booths at the intakes are marked with a circle. It looks like there are scant few way. There, hundreds of thousands of motor carriages roar on the 881. High above the mass of brown and red roofs, that is Jamrock. To Kuron. This municipal map from the 30s. No storm will ever drown Revachol. The wind rips through the rattle of motor carriages. The final map displays a labyrinth These service tunnels were probably used during the construction of the foundation. Looks like the smugglers have infiltrated the road network.
So it would seem. The RCM patrols most of these auxiliary roads, though apparently not all. Hard to say. This distribution with cool names, like it's definitely not the Union. Here's bad news.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is a brave man for saying Madre's name without... Especially bad news for cops who may have something in their past they don't even know is there.
Best not to disturb the scene. I'll have forensics go over the lorry and pick this up later.
The stack of maps looks just like before. Close the rusty...
Esto de aquí vosotros dos.
Waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards. Simmer down. Oh? Who? Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
The buzz of electric lights blends together with the slow rumble of the ocean wave.
Yes, I can't really. My suggestion is, don't go any older than you already.
Put your hands where I can see them.
Show me your hands. This is the pace. Show me your hands. Right!
Scavenged, battery-powered police lights protrude from her back. The flickering light show reveals a gun in her shaking hand. Her hand is trembling from some sort of neurodegenerative disease.
Madame, please drop the firearm immediately.
You shouldn't be here. Something's very wrong with her. She's completely out of control.
This is bad. Getting a weapon back is the priority. We can't have an unhinged civilian.
Comply, or I will light you the fuck up. Failure to comply. Suspect is displaying aggression. Officer, I am the police. Don't move. Don't move. Hands on your head. Suspect is armed to date. Lateral vascular neck restraint. Carotid sleeper. Carotid sleeper. Critically reducing blood from passing through the neck of the suspect.
Be careful, detective. Don't do anything that might set her up.
You'll have to go for the gun sooner or later. Perhaps you can learn crucial facts before you do.
It's a goddamn police shitbag. Off the pavement. You're under arrest.
As she waves her hands, you notice familiar-looking ampoules and...
Officer in need of assistance! Suspect alert! Get on the ground!
Ma'am, please. We want to help you, but you need to lower that weapon.
Disturbance reported. Authorize... Back up! Back up! Back up! Status unconfirmed!
No. Oh, no. No. I thought Mr. Moran... Gareth!
Aggravated assault! Man down!
There's a scenario unfolding in her head right now. It has nothing to do with what's happening here.
What's the situation, officer?
Law enforcement compromised! Impersonating a police officer!
Does she not believe you two are actually police officers?
License and registration! License and registration! Come in, dispatch!
It's not a code, just disjointed words. She's losing it. One twitch and there would be blood.
Confiscated contraband! Restricted access! 2 kilos missing! Eyewitness report compromised!
I don't think she's on drugs. Being off drugs might actually be the problem here. We can't leave. A delirious civilian is pointing a firearm at us. Your firearm. You need to solve this. Officer, there is no way I'm leaving it like this.
Confined waters! Assailant coming at me! Split-second decision!
God, I almost blew her head off.
What is this? This isn't police issue. Police weapons have bullets. Police guns always have bullets. What is this? Why did you sell me this?
She looks devastated. Grab the gun. Right now.
No one ever cares anymore. Why?
This limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is grinding to a halt.
Poor woman. We need to figure out what to do with her now.
Nobody's ever around. Nobody ever comes to visit me.
Her scratched skin is warm to the touch, but the person inside doesn't eat.
She's in a stupor. I've seen this before. God knows for how long. Could be days when they get like this. I've had disturbances similar to this. I don't think there's any need for that. In her current state, and without a gun, we could let Titus know. This is a perfect problem for the local peacekeepers to handle. They might even know her family. Then we can ask him once we get back to the whirling. But we have to hurry, because it's late, and they might have already gone home. But I think we're done here for now. Let's head on.
Please?
Reflex to what? Being left alone. She stands motionless. Just a heap of clothes. The woman stands slumped. She looks catatonic. Is one of those things a police cap? There were narcotics in there, too. You're thinking of taking them. Do. She doesn't even flinch as you reach out and
Oh, is that yours? It's your hat.
You take the file of Porolidon and the bottle of speed as evidence of she didn't consume them. She didn't look high.
You're taking the...
Listen to him, for once.
Sure, I guess that's fine.
The old woman doesn't react to your touch.
Yes, what is it?
Delorian Church, the place to be!
A hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gislain. He stands on stage behind a table, nodding along. The other real deck is empty. Cables run hither and thither. On one side you see an auxiliary line in with the number 4.5. satisfying. It reminds you of the day you first held it. A Villiers 9mm pistol.
Welcome back.
Yo, man, what's on your... So your cop ways came through again. Impressive. Let's see what you got. Thought I felt a special sign coming off this one. I'll just have egg pop in a frequency dial here, and we should be set.
Rarely has there been a more apt pairing of man and transceiver.
Alright, Lawfarer, we're ready to do this. I have to warn you though, once we commit, there's no stopping until we've seen it all the way through. No pauses, no second chances, this is our shot. So any cop prep you gotta do, you do it now. We'll wait if we have to. Don't sweat that. Egg found something down near the waterlock. Some maniac abandoned a perfectly good power saw. That explains why it was covered in cop colours. Old thing's totaled, but all I have to do is run a cable from the engine up the... How should I know? It's up to everyone to know their own needs. Whatever keeps your...
At the very least, you should make sure you're wearing a good pair of gloves.
Personally, I'm gonna make sure I've got a steady supply.
The speed is to get you through the tedious, detail-oriented parts of the work. Maybe this freak will spot you some. Hope you don't get any little wires crossed, because...
Like Egg said. On your mind? Rest of the crew has got to stay here. Can't afford to let the beat drop right as we're getting off the ground.
Much love to my hardcore antenna brothers!
Good luck, guys.
Try to squeeze in a promo spot while you're on air. We've got to start putting the word out.
Back across the water now. At least we're getting our exercising today.
Just plug that in there, would ya?
It's done. I believe we are ready.
Yeah, as ready as we're gonna be. Grab one of these can sets, both of ya. I've got it rigged so that we can all listen, but only your cop talk will broadcast. No idea what we're gonna hear when I turn this thing on, so be prepared for anything. Trick is to keep transmitting your request until the big bad acknowledges ya. You got that? Honestly, that might be for the best. Like I said, the signs coming off this whole project are seriously unchucked. Don't know how much juice we've got, so we better get to it. You ready? Good. We're live in 2, 1...
A soft rustling between your ears, a winterscape with fast falling snow. Every light switch, every motor carriage, every doorbell, tea kettle, and radio in Martinez.
Hey, no man, we're waiting on ya.
You're all alone out there, wandering a blasted heath, calling out to the night. The lieutenant looks up at you with a nervous glance. Nervous for who, though? You cannot say.
Give it another go.
Nein, Liebling. Unseren Jungen nach Bredepost. Marianne hat mir erzählt, dass Oscar nicht mehr, seit auf einem Luftschiff aus Graz zurückgekommen ist.
Something about her son going to Fredefort on an aerostatic to see some psychologists. Or maybe the psychologists are saying it's normal to have feelings for strangers. Foreign languages were never your strong suit.
Liebling, bitte. Ist unser einziges Kind. Kann doch auch nächstes Jahr zur Akademie.
Keep trying. We'll get through these radio spookers eventually. Again.
It's cold now.
A slight frisson at the point where your neck meets your spine. Something about the lieutenant's words directed at you, but not.
I didn't say anything, did you? Someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
An uncomfortable silence falls over the connection.
It's been a long winter. Long and cold. I promise you I didn't, even though it certainly sounds like me.
Sounds like your partner's being haunted by his past self. Or maybe he's trying to warn himself from the future, most...
It's just a little bit of pale interference, detective. A little eerie, perhaps, but perfectly explicable.
Natürlich halten ihn die Psychologen für vollkommen normal.
You just have to embrace the spookiness. Now give it another go.
But someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
Dubois, please acknowledge.
Liebling, bitte. Ist unser einziges Kind.
Where's she Archer? Please identify.
The signals are getting increasingly mixed. Plucking Archer's signal from this will be like isolating a single strand from a tangle of hair.
This isn't looking good. The radio spookers are winning. Don't know. If we can't get around the interference, we're in deep trouble. Hold on. Says here, main step, volume to the max. That's not too helpful. Okay. My guess, you climb up the centaur, man. See if there's anything obviously interfering with them. Maybe you've got some...
Someone has been maintaining it.
No problem at all. You've already teleported up. Something about this setup seems dimly familiar. But you'll be damned if images of your body smashed against the pavement flood your mind. This is dangerous. Your gloves give you a solid grip on the metal bar. This feels pleasingly familiar. You don't exactly cut a lithesome figure, but after several moments of scrambling, you manage to hoist yourself atop the monument. That performance was frankly an embarrassment. The connection itself is nothing more than a little braid of exposed wire wrapped about the hoof of the horse. The whole monument is covered in a thin but durable layer of oil and grime.
Is it really the time, Detective?
It is. It's the time of desperate measures. He's using his party fuel to clean the canal.
Once the alcohol has had time to dissolve the oils, you wipe off the bar with your sleeve.
Yeah, maybe it helped a little, but the overall picture is still pretty softcore.
Unser einziges Kind. Kann...
Hang on, I'm looking at Egg's checklist. He says, if all fails, bend antenna. Narrow is the hardcore way. It says here, muscle style. Good question. Maybe he's saying we're casting too wide a net. Since you're already up there, I say you should do it.
The speed freak is right. The responsibility is yours and yours alone. There's no turning back now. You are face to face with Philip III, the Bronze King. Look. This faithful steed is in nearly as poor a condition as its rider. A clear night sky. The stars make for a brilliant display. Across the river, you can see a few of the idle lorry drivers and strike breakers gesture at you with their cigarettes, more out of curiosity than anything else. From the window of she yells a single word you can't make out, and then shuts the window with a violent thunk. Your grip is firm, yet controlled. The swelling in your headset guides your hands as much as your hands guide the bronze horse head.
Looks like it's working. Keep going. Just a bit more.
Nein, Liebling.
The signal is clear. The storm has passed. This is another voice.
Try it now.
Lieutenant Dubois, this is Coalition Warship Archer. We are acknowledging and accepting you.
There it is! The big bad! Now be quick! I'll keep us aligned as long as I can.
This is it. You're finally getting to speak with those who hold real power. And by that, we mean the ones with the guns and the warships. There is so much you wish you could ask. Your efforts have bought you some time, but you can't forget what you're...
Please be advised that you are speaking on a public frequency. What is your request? Acknowledge. To reach the committee, all you need to do is fill out the appropriate request form and submit it to the liaison for public affairs. If the liaison accepts your request, you will be invited to address the committee at their next quarterly public hearing. We believe the next hearing is scheduled for July.
She's got to be jerking your chain, right? You can't wait that long.
We're afraid that is quite impossible, Lieutenant Dubois. We cannot transfer you to the committee because we are not entrusted with that responsibility. We are simply the secret signaler.
Then, why are you wasting time with her? You should demand to speak with who's really in charge.
That is the nature of the command pyramid, yes. Most modern organizations work in a similar way, even the RCM.
You're getting out-tangled by the big bad. Time to try something else.
Not a problem. If this is a time-sensitive matter, you may file an emergency address request with the liaison for public affairs. They typically respond within a few weeks. Not a problem. If this is a time-sensitive... They typically respond with...
What part of need to reach the committee doesn't she understand? Time to lay it all out.
We will hear your request, Lieutenant Dubois. Although we must inform you that the committee does not typically intervene in personal matters.
That's only because they haven't heard about your problems yet.
So, you're experiencing acute memory loss. We don't see how...
Good God, here we go.
We're afraid we don't understand at all. What does this something have to do with your lost memories? Unfortunately, we cannot accept your request. We really have no idea what you're talking about. But we are quite sure it is beyond the purview of the Committee of Responsibility. Now, please excuse us while we update the receiving frequency. This connection will be cleared in 4, 3, 2, 1...
And the line goes quiet. The lieutenant gives a long sigh as he...
I think it's best for you to climb off the statue now, detective. Your real work is done here.
The cold bronze tickles your inner thighs. Your legs have grown stiff. You look around. Most everyone has already gone home for the night.
About time. You grab that amp. Forget the cables. Need to leave some evidence of our antenna to inspire future...
What's one more trip across the waterlock?
share of this collaboration. I hope you recognise.
If you want to show your appreciation, we can still use your... Hardcore! Mutual aid!
Sure, you have to... I'll put this tech away later. Think there's an extra can set, in case you want to grab a souvenir.
Good morning! Yeah! Hardcore! Yeah! It was awesome! Too hardcore, in fact. I couldn't control it. It sucks up all the air in the mix until it's the only thing left. Starts compressing itself and everything around it.
Inside your chest, the heart beats still.
Oh! I don't know. Maybe someone can do something with this. I imagine this is the sounds that the future could make. Yeah!
Take a longer look at yourself and how you're metaphor. It's always metaphor. The trap is full of locusts, but they seem weak and unhealthy. Poor things.
Yes? Excuse me? Detective, if I may be frank, you seem to be...
Oh, so you're an unaccountable wreck who has to be supervised? You don't have to take...
Some you time? This is a police investigation, not a journey of self-discovery. You'll still have your evenings to yourself. Please do. We wouldn't want your raging...
The lieutenant is pretty sure self-care, is it not? The worn and beaten wooden planks of the...
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
It's the ledger you found in the... It takes about half an hour. Some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it in the middle of the... Cigarette butts, coffee cups. No, you didn't have time for that. These... Not much has changed in the meanwhile.
Yes? Excuse me? Frankly, Detective, you're...
The lieutenant thinks you're some unaccountable wreck who needs constant super...
That's good. Except that I do, Detective. Some you time? This is a police investigation, not a journey of self-discovery. You'll still have your evenings to yourself. Please do.
The lieutenant is pretty sure self-care, is it not? Well,
Hey, was that... Good.
you know, there might be other...
I on collons està la dona aquesta?
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your clean shaven